Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about shit tests. What are they and why do women do it? There's a lot of talk about this in the pickup community. A shit test is, they posit, a way for a woman to test you. She's giving you shit to test you, hence the phrase shit test. And she does this because she wants to see if you can handle pressure, for instance, is one of their arguments. Or they want to see your intentions. And this is correct, but I want to go into detail about why it is they're doing it, because also there's some perspectives out there that this is just flirting. You know, giving someone a shit test is just flirting, and that's not necessarily true. It can be. If a girl is shit testing you, then that means that you're an option. This is kind of interesting, is that if a woman is teasing you or challenging you or stating something that's contrary to your beliefs or your worldview, then she is at least curious. Because if she really had no desire for you and no interest in you, she wouldn't even give you any of her attention. When women are interested in a guy, they are going to shit test him and test him. This may come in the form of teasing. This may come in the form of challenging or questioning. But even if it is somewhat combative or adversarial, there is a positive behind it. Because women, the most horrible thing that a woman could feel about you is boredom, or they're just ignoring you. If a woman is a little bit irritated with something that you believe, you know, maybe something I say in this video, a woman is gonna watch, and if she was in person, she'd go, well, I don't agree with that. You know, I don't think that's right, da-da-da-da-da. But that means she's at least somewhat interested in me as a man, because, now, that doesn't mean every time a girl disagrees with you, she wants to suck your dick. Don't take this too far. But if you're in a flirtatious context and there's other things that are giving signals that she is attracted to you, if she gives you shit, let's say you're in a social circle, and there's a girl there and you're not sure if she likes you or not. I mean, she seems to be normal around you. She doesn't seem to be completely, you know, treating you like the plague. One of the best signs that she likes you is she's going to basically be back in kindergarten and she's going to push you into the sand. And the way she can verbally do that is, I remember the other night we were out and I started talking to some girl and she walked up to me and she basically asked me like, well, why aren't you speaking Romanian? You know, and she got my face and she's like, who are you? You know, why aren't you speaking Romanian to me? And then my friends are like, he doesn't speak Romanian. And she's like, oh, where are you from? And she was very combative with it, you know, very challenging, but this was obviously a sign of interest. And so shit tests are signs of interest, but you do need to pass them. It is a test. And now, how do you pass the test? Well, first we need to understand what kind of shit test we're dealing with. There's two kinds. So there are intentional shit tests, and let's call the other shit tests just disagreements. These are just passive. They happen because she has a different worldview than you. She has different beliefs, different values. And so your two beliefs, whether it's political, religious, societal, cultural, artistic, whatever, they're gonna be combating each other. Or she's gonna be intentionally fucking with you. So she's just gonna try and, you know, have a little bit of fun. Like this girl, when I was speaking English, and she's like, well, why are you speaking Romanian? You know, probably could have come to some logic that, you know, I'm not Romanian, but it was a way for her to have some fun. So intentional shit tests are gonna be teasing, insulting you, but in a light manner, or maybe in an extreme manner. She's going to be challenging you with an attitude. That's a big one, is if she's challenging you, but if she has this kind of, you know, a fun, playful attitude with it. Like if you're messing with your best friend, you know, you give him shit, hey, what's up, douchebag? What's going on? And you have that light, you know, smirk, you're fucking around. So teasing, challenging, or she gets attitude in general. I would say she doesn't necessarily have to say something, you know. Disagreements are gonna be based on values, beliefs, and worldviews. A disagreement, a shit test of this genre of value. Perhaps this is, you guys are on a date and she, I'm very direct with women, for instance, so I get this one a lot. I'm very upfront about wanting to fuck them. And sometimes I'll get, a lot of times actually, I'll get the talk of, well, I'm looking for something serious. I don't want to just be a fuck toy. You know, I don't want, you're hot, but you know, I want to fuck you, but I want something more. This is true. So it is their worldview, right? They have a value. I deserve something more than just sex. At the same time, there is a degree of they're playing with me because I know deep down they want to have sex, right? So they are kind of being full of shit because they are sexually interested in me, and maybe they're even in my bed and they're making out with me and jerking me off, or I'm fingering them, but they're not quite ready to have sex. And so I know that it's a half and half. Yes, they have a value. They want something more than just sex. But at the same time, I know that they want to have sex with me. So there's this, I'm kind of playing around, but I have this value. And how I pass this shit test, because it's very obvious from the state of her vagina that she's interested, or she'll be like, no, I'm not that into you, or she'll tease me in some way, right? And then she'll be wet. I'll be fingering her, and she's like, no, I don't want to have sex. I'm like, your pussy is very obviously saying differently. So sometimes they're teasing you with it, but you're going to be passing it the same way. The way you pass a shit test is you either dominate or refuse to submit. When it comes to frame, your frame is your this is what I believe and this is what I want. So you're like, I want sex. She's like, I want sex too, but I want a relationship too. What you need to do is you need to either not submit to her frame of, okay, fine, I'll wait, because we're trying to get what we want. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we can discuss the ethics later. But you can either refuse to submit or dominate her. So dominating her is getting her to, you're not like physically dominating her. Well, in bed you will. But what you're doing is your worldview is going to win, right? You're not coercing, you're not forcing, but you can convince. And so you need to give her the reasons why you guys should have sex. And then she consents and agrees to it, and then you have sex. Or what you can do is just not submit. So this happened one time when I was in bed with a girl, and she told me, I've been having some fun lately, but I'm looking for something serious. And in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, thanks, So you fucked some other guys, and now I'm the one who gets stuck with you and how you want to get settled down. And I just pretty much said to her, yeah, I never understood this viewpoint. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, why could we not have something, why can't you have a fun friendship, relationship, casual, serious, whatever, any spectrum of seriousness or casualness? Can you not have a relationship and have sex first? Why do you have the idea that, you need to wait for sex? All you're trying to do is basically get me to invest more at the maybe possibility of having sex with you, and then I got to give all this fucking emotions, time. It's like, that's a lot of work for me, Again, ethics are a separate thing here. Maybe that's a good sexual strategy, is for a woman to put off sex in order to gain investment from a man. But my worldview genuinely was, I don't agree with that. I think you can have sex and then turn it into a relationship, and that is true. The best relationships start out with a lot of fucking hot, passionate sex, because mostly relationships are about sex. So that was my worldview, and I showed it with my body language and my facial expressions and my tone. I was like, yeah, I don't understand that. I was like, you could totally have sex and then turn it into something, who knows, But at least you have sex first and you have that passion, and then if it does turn into something, it's even more awesome. And then we had sex. Because I had such a strong frame, at first I refused to submit, then she saw that I wasn't gonna back down, and she's like, wow, this guy really has a strong worldview. He really believes what he believes. Okay, I'll submit to it. So sometimes you can dominate by simply refusing to submit. Refusing to submit is super important when it comes to teasing. You can challenge her back. Maybe she gives you some shit about something you're wearing, and you just ignore it. Be like, okay, you just laugh it off. Be like, yeah, whatever. And she's gonna be like, oh wow, this guy doesn't get perturbed. He doesn't get bothered by my teasing him. This means he's strong, at least. If he can handle my shit, then he's worthy of me. Or what you can do is you can challenge her back and dominate. She says, oh, were those shoes from the 90s? And be like, what the fuck? Is your face from when you were fucking 50? I don't fucking know. Call her old, call her ugly, fucking tease her back. Just tell her she's stupid. Just laugh her and be like, you're lame. You're not funny. And you could just simply beat her at her own game. Beat her at her own teasing by doubling down. Or you can just not give a fuck. There's different contexts. Sometimes if a girl's teasing you, you do need to fight back. Usually, if it's public, if she says something in front of someone else, so that's when you should dominate. If it's serious disrespect, because sometimes intentional teasing can really take the form of like insulting. If she is if there's a mixture between these, so one of them that is teasing, but is also a value or worldview, is when you talk to women, you get this a lot when you start approaching a lot, or if you have a very fuckboy vibe, or if you're very experienced, women are just gonna smell that on you. They're just gonna know you get pussy. What they're gonna do is usually they're gonna say, either at the approach, they're gonna say, oh, you must do this a lot. You know, you talk to other girls. Or if you're trying to have sex with her, she's gonna be like, no, you know, if you want a girl like that, I'm sure you have, you know, tons of those girls. I'm sure you have a lot of girls on your roster, right? Or if you are sleeping with a girl will kind of challenge your commitment to her, so her values, but in a teasing way. And she'll say something like, yeah, I bet you have so many other girls that you're fucking now. Different forms, but really what they're saying is, am I special in some way? Do I have value? Because I want to believe that, because everyone wants to believe they're special. I totally understand, right? And their worldview is that based on their sexual strategy as a woman in society is like, okay, well, you know, you should want more than just sex from me. And whether or not that's true or that's right, that's her worldview. But at the same time, she's kind of fucking with you because she's looking at it and be like, yeah, I'm sure you have all the other girls, right? I recently had a girl I'm supposed to, if I go to her city at some point, we want to meet up, and we're very clearly sexually interested in each other. I mean, I sent her a dick pic, so and she enjoyed it, and she sent me some pics, and she said, yeah, you know, you should come to my city, and then she said, I bet. What did I specifically say here? I'll just fucking pull it out. She said, I hope you come soon to my city, and I said, yes, I very much want to taste you. I'm very direct. And she responds with 3 cool guy emojis. And she's like, oh, and how many other girls are waiting for you with these emojis? Like 5 of them. And I responded, who cares? I'm thinking about you now. And I passed. And she said, good. Or she said, okay, smiley face. So I passed the shit test, right? That was over text. If it's over person, what she says is, you know, yeah, I'm sure you do this with all the girls. Be like, yeah, maybe I do, but I'm with you now. You need to say the right thing, right? Because you have to diffuse the idea that you're contracting or contradicting her values, because you don't want to make her feel like shit, right? You don't dominate her by making her feel bad. You dominate her by saying, she's basically saying, do you care about me? Or am I just another girl? You're gonna say you are just another girl, because everyone's just another guy or just another girl. No one's really that special, right? You could turn it around. Like, have you ever kissed a different guy? Have you ever went on a date with another guy? Okay, does that make me just another guy? Well, no, okay, same way. I wanna have sex with you. Just because I've had sex with someone else before, or maybe a lot of people, doesn't make you any less special. In the same way that you've had sex with another guy doesn't make me less special. See? You don't contradict the value, you just clarify that you're not contradicting it. But at the same time, you have some fun with it, right? Consider, who cares? I'm with you now. And you can even do it with a fun, playful attitude, because you don't want it to get too serious, because when you get serious, it's very obvious there's a battle going on. But this is a shit test. You guys are having fun most of the time. The only time when you're not having fun is when she's being very disrespectful. And if she's being very disrespectful, then you need to fight her back. Then you need to say, excuse me? Or if she does it in public, then you need to challenge her back as well. But if not, have fun with it. Make sure that you don't contradict her values unless you truly disagree with her beliefs, like with the idea before. Or no, because I basically explained to the girl, she wanted a relationship or insinuated it. And I said, sex can come before it. But I didn't promise her the relationship either, right? But if you guys have a genuine disagreement of your values, beliefs, and worldviews, you have different religions, different political views, you can still get together with her, because all you need to show is that you're gonna refuse to submit. Don't ever, ever change your mind for a woman. And I'm gonna be honest here. Even if you think she has a good point, I would suggest not letting her know. I would suggest not letting her know that she got you to change your mind. Unless there's a way for you to still hold your beliefs, but go, oh, okay, I think this clarifies this belief of mine, and maybe we're actually kind of saying the same thing. So you're refusing to submit, you're just trying to synthesize your views. But I wouldn't let a woman win an argument. Or if she gives you shit, and you do submit, you submit by either not responding when you should have definitely responded, and the context is very difficult to understand when you should respond and when you shouldn't. It's very context dependent. You get mostly through experience, but like I said, if she's being public or very harsh, then you need to respond. or when it's something that is challenging a real true worldview of yours, like what you do for a living, what you believe, then you need to fight back. But you are not going to need to change her mind. You just need to not, having a stalemate is enough. Because as long as you refuse to submit to a woman, that means you're here. If you dominate her, it's even better. She's gonna get even more wet. If you get her to change her mind or show her why her belief or her values are actually not in line with what she truly wants, and you can show her a different path, then that makes you a leader, right? Okay, here's the big thing. A shit test is her testing your leadership as a man. A woman wants a leader. She might sleep with an equal, but she prefers to sleep with a man who's superior to her. What does a leader do, right? He can execute a task while at the same time getting other people to execute the task with them and make sure they do it right. And so it's very difficult because you have to keep multiple things in your mind. I have to be doing what I need to be doing, right? I'm having a conversation, or I'm leading soldiers into war, or I'm leading a team of engineers, whatever. I have to do my task as a person involved in the task, but also I have to make sure that everyone else is doing their shit too. When someone's good at this, this shows a lot of value. This shows that they can handle themselves, that not only can they do their own shit, but they can take care of other people at the same time. This is very, very attractive, especially with a woman, because it's just the way it is. Women want a leader. Women want a man who is not necessarily better than them, but maybe in a lot of ways, yes, but who can lead her. Because a woman wants to just be able to let go and enjoy. She just wants to be able to feel what she wants to feel. And then you take care of everything else. You lead her thoughts. You lead her emotions. You give her a fun time, a good time, a curious time, an exciting time, a sexy time. And when you're able to lead her emotions and also lead her beliefs and her values and her worldviews, maybe you're not trying to force anything on her. You're not trying to argue with her all the time or change her. But if you guys do disagree on something and she decides to test you by challenging you verbally, non-verbally, disrespectfully, teasingly, to whatever degree she is disagreeing with you, she's testing your leadership, and you need to fucking pass by either refusing to spit because you're saying, I'm still the leader. I'm not gonna dominate you and defeat you, but I'm still the leader. I'm not giving you the leadership because you're not gonna lead my mind and lead my emotions. I'm leading yours. Or you dominate her and you win. And when you win, girls get fucking wet because women want leaders as their boyfriends and as their lovers because that's just the fucking way it is. Cool. Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlchase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is what shit tests are. These are the nature of shit tests, and this is how you beat them. Please follow me on social media. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm out of breath. I'll see you soon. Ciao.